Hi Sagittarius, it's Jen here from tarotspirit.net. There's a little poppy-uppy thing that's going to bug me on my computer. There we go. Thank you for joining me. This is a reading for November 2019. Oh my gosh, when I was setting up the file for this, I wanted to type 2018 and then I just almost said 2018. And this is actually the second time I've taped this because, I don't know. The third, because I'm just getting warmed up this morning, and it was a babbling mess. I know most of my videos are babbling messes, but it was worse than normal. Whoa! So we'll get that one popped right out. And I'm going to keep that one too. So something about November 2018 is significant. It keeps coming up. So look back. I actually had grabbed my phone and looked back in my calendar, what was going on, who was significant at that time. I had a lot going on. Like, it was super intense at work, but in some ways, like, it was a time at work, and I bonded with someone over a project, a really intense project. And I don't know, when you have that type of experience with someone, this happened to me where I used to work, where I was on the implementation team. It was basically he and I. And we just, you have some sort of bond that will never break when you go through something like that. So I don't know what was going on for you. I still have legal stuff that just wrapped up last month. So things, either something from that coming back or something you're finally is being wrapped up that had started. I don't know why I'm still shuffling. I feel is significant. Something about November 2018. Maybe go back and listen to your favorite astrologer and see what was going on, what was transiting. There are probably things wrapping up now. I'm not sure. And you can see what house, what sign, all those things were in. But I feel like it's a time of peace this November, of new beginnings, of really releasing negative, toxic things, wrapping things up, coming to an end, and just moving forward with sort of a grace and an acceptance. And yeah, I guess that those words are wrapping it up pretty well. At the bottom of the deck here, it's the Queen of Cups, the Page of Cups, oh my goodness, the Six of Cups. So these are very sweet energies. And the Ten of Wands. So that the Four of Wands, see, I can keep reading like this all day. I feel like something that was stable became a burden. Something that you really wanted and worked towards became a burden. So for some of you, I could see there's children, like this may have been a divorce. But I also feel like whatever became a burden really taught you to enjoy the simple things in life. That's what, for me, the Six of Cups. So this is also a looking back card, a nostalgia card. Just remember that it's one thing remembering things, but it's a very different thing if you were to be able to be transported back in time and relive the situation. It could be quite a bit different, good or bad, from what you are remembering. But I think the essence of this Six of Cups is that childlike simplicity, enjoying the simple things in life, keeping things simple. Feel like things got way too complicated. And that can happen, like, I want the big ring, I want the big wedding, I want the house, I want I feel like putting too much driving maybe to make things happen and maybe of pushed too much and realized like I was kind of going about it the wrong way. I don't need to push. I need to be more receptive. This is a very receptive energy, the water energy. You know, it ebbs and flows and comes and goes. You got to go with the flow. The Page of Cups is a message about emotions, a new emotional beginning. And so this could be someone who was young, was inexperienced, thought that getting engaged, getting married, getting the house, like that equated to happiness or emotional well-being, whereas it's the connection, it's the small things. Getting a house and getting married will literally do nothing for your relationship. It's the connection that people have. And she gets this. She's the mature energy in the Suit of Cups. She knows not to force. She's very in touch with her emotions, but she's on the ground right here. She's surrounded by her emotions, but she's still extremely grounded. So she doesn't get swept away. She won't get swept away. She's learned to feel her feelings, acknowledge her feelings, but not to be ruled by them. For example, someone at work sends you a snarky email. The Queen of Cups knows not to turn around and fire back an equally snarky email. She knows she doesn't bite. She knows to let that go. She knows to let it go with the flow. Or as my friend said, let it, this is gross, but if I ever start getting like upset about something, I think about this and it makes me laugh and helps me to let things go. So I'm just going to tell you. He says, let it go, Jen, like a fart in the wind. And I can't say it without laughing. So when I start getting up, whoa, this person and getting all in my emotions or worrying about something, I think, let it go, Jen, like a fart in the wind. So she's not going to fire back an email. She's going to sit on it, or she's just going to be very non-emotional. She knows when to be emotional and when not to be, but she knows what's sustainable as well. What is she? Oh, it's a fish. For a minute, I thought it was a chicken. I'm like, why is there a chicken? Okay, forget it. Maybe some of you want to have your own chickens for eggs. My neighbors have chickens, and there's like this loner. She'll like come over here and just be like out front of my house. Like I don't really pick her up or anything, but it's almost like she checks in. She's super cute. I love chickens. Yeah, moving to high ground, getting a higher perspective. Like this may be a month where you're like, okay, what have I done over the last year? We have our solar return, so this is our new year for those of you born in November. I'm a December 21st Sag, so I'm a late cusper Sag with Capricorn. I don't feel like I'm a Capricorn, but I think I do have those tendencies. Anyway, zooming out, getting a higher perspective, being able to look at the big picture and understanding that what's going on, on a day-to-day basis has to be put in perspective with the grand overall scheme. So you may be thinking like, where am I? Where do I want to go? What's my path? What's my plan? What is worth putting my energy? Okay, I've been working on this for the last year. Is this paying off? Should I keep doing it, or is it time to readjust? You may be planning a trip, wanting to travel. Yeah, he's sending that falcon, or what, I don't know what it is. Falcon up to get a bird's eye view, right? Oh my God, the Knight of Cups. There is some romance coming in for some of us that are open to it. So get open to it. If you've been closed off, try just being open. It doesn't mean you're going to ignore red flags or whatever, but you have to be receptive if you do want that new beginning. He's drinking the water. That's fine. This is the after tarot. He's like, yeah, I'm bringing you this, but you know what? I'm thirsty. He hasn't quite dipped his toe in, but they're headed right through that stream. Some of you may be, I don't know, for some of you you may be a breakthrough if you're going to therapy, of really getting to what's at the bottom of some of your emotional blocks, because I feel like it's like, I don't know, can I go into that water? Traditionally the night is an offer of love, an emotional new beginning, a change in your inner emotional dialogue or feelings. Some of you may be going out in nature. Waterfalls are just beautiful. They're good for the soul and the spirit. There's something about that thundering water and the sound it's beautiful. Staying grounded. Yeah, these two together are a great team. This Earth energy with the Queen of Pentacles, she's very grounded. She's good with her money. She has one foot on the ground and she can dip one foot in the water. So you're at a really stable time to dip your toe back in the water of a relationship or starting a new beginning, a new job, testing the waters. Yeah. We have a rabbit here. It's fertility. So think about that. Whether if you do or don't, act accordingly. What is is that a child? Harvest. She's super practical too. Like, for example, starting a savings account. I know at where I work, it's like the time of year to re-enroll or update your benefits. Maybe kick in a little bit more for your 401k. Reassess those things. Reassess your bank accounts, what your money is doing for you. Maybe start a budget, clean, declutter. Oh my God, I've been decluttering. I'm a super, messy person. I'll just say. I'm not disorganized. I can find things. I know where everything is, but I have a lot of clutter. And for some reason it started almost a year ago, actually. Interesting. For example, I had all sorts of baby stuff in my garage. I mean, Jake and I would have to like turn sideways and like shimmy to get, there's just enough room to get my truck in the garage. And then of course I live on a dirt road, so my truck's always dirty. So I was always getting dirt all over my coat and whatever. So finally my son, he's 13 and a half now or more. He's like, look, Mom, they're all just big old plastic baby toys I don't even remember playing with. I have no emotional attachment to them. It's time to let them go. It's like that Let Go commercial, which I think is hysterical. We had one of those moments. And a friend of mine had been selling stuff on eBay, and then someone told me about Facebook Market. I shouldn't be naming. I get no money from anything. Not even this channel, really. So I started selling stuff. And so, I mean, I wasn't out to make a fortune, but boy, I can walk into my garage now. My house is like, it's amazing. My mom walks in, it's just like, wow. And I got a little bit of money and I kept stuff out of the landfill and it's getting reused and it's a win-win-win. So, could be decluttering your mind, but decluttering your space or decorating your space and surrounding yourself with things you love, not decorating your house for people who come over, right? Well, they think this looks good, but putting in things that you love and surrounding yourself with things that you love. She knows how to make a house a home, and anything can be a home, and anything can be just a house that you live in. And so, what kind of energy is that in your home if you're just like, oh, this is temporary and you're never really going to have settled in or fill the space with your energy? I think you're, yeah, okay. For some of you, I'm feeling, ooh, you need to, I just got a super weird feeling. Um, Saging, uh, yeah, there's negative energy hiding, like, so really just like air things out, clean things out before, and at least here in Vermont, it's, the windows are closed now, it's getting chilly. Before you close everything up, really go through with some intentions, ask negative energy to leave, open the windows, sage or whatever is sustainable that you can use to burn incense, and really get into the nooks and crannies and open things up and get the negative energy out, and then set an intention for your whole house. I like to, I don't have a lot of money to spend on crystals, but I have some crystals. Selenite's good. And just put maybe some crystals in some key places. I think when you walk through the door, setting an intention to leave negative energy behind, imagine yourself going through like a gel membrane or something, um, and leaving that negative energy and negative thoughts and situations from the day outside the door. So your space is a sanctuary. You could even make a small intention altar. I have this little space that I love. It's just I'm not a crafty person. I'm not an artistic person, but I'm a gardener. So I have some lavender. I'm not a huge fan of lavender smell either, but it's not super smelly. And I just picked some lavender, and I have some crystals I've collected over the years and some candles and my plants, and I don't know, it just, I like this. It feels good to me. So whatever feels good to you. Oh my God. Okay, I'm going off here. Sorry. Oh, this had come up in that other reading. Yeah, being done with negativity. No more. So it was coming up, and I've now, because this is the third time I've recorded, I'm forgetting what I've said and which reading, but this is coming up again for a reason. No longer obsessing, no longer cyber stalking, no longer like a switch. You're able to really let something go. You may want to do a cord cutting. Just remember, be prepared, because anytime I've done a cord cutting, that person, even if I hadn't talked to them in months, reach out. Like they sense, it's that codependent relationship. They sense that they're losing control of you. And it's so weird. So be prepared. Block them. Block them unless you literally need to keep in touch with them, or there's no other way. Block easy ways for them to get in touch with you. It's just keeping something going. But I feel like with the 10, you are really able to see that it's a waste of time and energy, and let that go. I'm sorry, this is getting long. Let's pull a few cards for, oh my God, I didn't read the best card in the whole deck. You're going from this 10 of Swords energy, this toxic, horrible mind fuck of an energy, to happily ever after. So this is what, by letting go of this, look at what you're bringing in. This is the happily ever after card. So you have to think about, when this card comes up, what's your happily ever after? Because it may be very different from what your family thinks, what society thinks. So you have to embrace what yours is. I have a friend who never got married and never had children, has been in a really happy relationship for decades. That's her happily ever after. And she gets a load of shit about it. Why aren't you married? Why don't you have kids? Like, whatever. You can't win. And I've said I've been single forever. I'm raising my child. I'm happily, the way I am. And people are like, "Oh my God, don't you want a boy? Don't you want this?" And I'm just like, you know what? I'm busy raising my son. My priorities are this, and I'm sorry that makes, it makes them uncomfortable. It's something about them. And I've been one, oh, don't you? I've asked people, not meaning, so people don't always mean something negative about it. 2020. So, what's your happily ever after, and start manifesting that, or allowing it to come in. I think sometimes there are amazing people that we just don't let in because of stereotypes. They're too young, they're too old, they're not cute enough. They're not that, hey, we all get old and lose our looks, so I wouldn't focus too much on things like that. Oh, they're not educated enough. They don't have something that has nothing to do with how well they will treat you, what a match you are, um, how you can enrich and affect each other's lives in a positive way. Oh my God, this is beautiful. So you have the sun, this beautiful sun card, the Eight of Pentacles. This is beautiful. The Two of Wands is, okay, we only have so much energy. Are you going to put it towards this or this? So you've made that decision. You're done with the negative energy. We already know that. We figured that out. This is figuring out what you love to do. This is mindfulness, being present. And when you're doing this, it recharges you. It doesn't drain you. And you're not thinking about anything else. You're just positive and in the moment. So finding these types of things to bring into your life and living authentically. And then the sun. This is a sexy card. This is like having sex, passion, warmth, vitality. It's seeing things clearly. I'm going back to that Six of Cups with the simple things in life. This could be children coming in, a son. But it's just a warm, positive, friendly card. So what is coming in, regardless of what had been around, if you are open to it, if you are receptive to this new emotional beginning, it is bringing in fertility, new relationships, new not hobbies or things that really feed your soul, like all the good things, all the feels, all the good feels, getting rid of the bad feels and wasting your time and energy on crap that doesn't matter, that isn't good for you. Doing a life makeover in a way, your space, yourself, your thoughts, and getting rid of the negative and the things that are no longer serving you to make way for the positive. And I think it's really important, you guys, to cleanse your space, your car, your office, and your space. And there are some YouTube videos on, I don't even know what they're called, protecting or release out as well. I don't have one, but I know people out there have them. So thanks, Saggies, for watching. You're getting your happily ever after. Let me know if there is something tied to November of last year, because that came through really strongly. Or someone that you were sort of interacting with a lot then that maybe you haven't seen in a while could be significant. Maybe an earth or a water sign. Thanks. Have a fantastic